For more on this ruling, I'm joined by Simon Adams. He's the Executive Director of the Global Centre for the Responsibility to Protect. Simon, thank you very much for speaking to us. How much of a step forward is this for the Rohingya?
Yeah, I mean, this is a huge and historic day in terms of the Rohingya genocide and the persecution that they have endured for generations, really. So we're very happy today because I think it's a great day for international justice and a very bad day for the generals in Myanmar who have been responsible for so much suffering for so long.
Now, how does the UN court go about monitoring the situation on the ground in North Rakhine State and other places in the country where these atrocities are alleged to have taken place?
Yeah, it's a very good question. It's obviously going to be very difficult for them. But I think the part that's most important here, and it's been kind of missing so far in terms of global politics, is that where is the international community in terms of the UN Security Council? Because it's actually the UN Security Council that these provisional measures are transmitted to. And they have a moral obligation, they have a political obligation, and they have a legal obligation to make sure that those provisional measures are implemented. So I think the real pressure now has to be on the UN Security Council to make sure that it upholds its responsibility to protect the Rohingya people.
And of course, it's not just a problem that's relating to Myanmar. Thousands of people have been displaced to neighbouring Bangladesh. They will also want to know that it is safe enough before they dare go home.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, we have almost 1 million people now in Cox's Bazar, across the border in Bangladesh, making it the largest single refugee camp in the world. And there's no way that those people are going to be able to return home unless there's kind of guarantees around their safety and their security. And also keep in mind that the remnants of the Rohingya population, those who weren't able to flee across the border, of course, many were killed, but those who are still inside Rakhine State are basically segregated from the rest of the population and kept in what really amounts to concentration camps. So today's ruling or decision by the International Court of Justice is really about saying that Myanmar has to create conditions which essentially end these acts of genocide, allow people to return home, and create a new kind of way of life for the Rohingya within Myanmar.
And just finally, how do you think Aung San Suu Kyi will respond to this ruling?
Well, I hope that she responds, first of all, by handing back in her Nobel Peace Prize, and maybe that can be sold for money and the money can be given to Rohingya refugees in Bangladesh. I mean, as you said in your opening, this is an incredible fall from grace. She's gone from being a Peace Prize winner to being essentially a genocide denialist and then literally defending the generals who carried out these massacres in a court of law. But I think today's ruling really shows that democracy in Myanmar cannot be built on the bones of the Rohingya, and that now she must abide by the court's decision.
Simon Adams, thank you very much for your time and for speaking to us here on Euronews.